Yasya Pratita Kripaya Sri Guru Tam Natosmi Gurave Gaura Chandraya Radhikaya Itadalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Anandalilamaya Vigrahaya Hema Padvyaschavi Sundaraya Tasmai Mahaprema Rasapradaya Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Bhaktya Vihina Aparada Lakse Chiptastu Kahamaritorango Mahadi Kripa Maitam Sharanam Prapana Vrinde Namaste Charanara Vindam Vrinde Namaste Charanara Vindam Govinda Namo Dharamaraveti Govinda Namo Dharamaraveti Govinda Namo Dharamaraveti Govinda Namo Dharamaraveti. Everyone. Hey Krishna, Hey Yadava, Hey Saketi, Govinda Namo Dharamaraveti. Sham Sundar Sikanda Shikar Smraha Smurli Manora Radhikar Sukamama Kripanidhe Supriya Charna King Kurim Kuru Tavaivasmi Najivamit Yavana Iti Vigyaya Devitam Nayama Charanantikam. First of all, I offer my Sastang Dandavat Puspanjali, my heart like flowers thousands of times, at the lotus feet of my holy master, my supremely worshipable spiritual Gurudev, Asmade Paramaradhatama Guru Pada Padma, Nitya Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Ashtotara Satasi Srimad, Rupanuga Acharya Varya, Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Yeah. Secondly, I offer my pranam at the lotus feet of my Param Gurudev to Srila Prabhupada and to all of our Sri Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Param. And finally, I offer my pranam to all the assembled Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. Vanchakalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhubhyavasya Utitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Where is Amritanam? Sir?
Could you let the fan?
No, it's okay. In Srimad Bhagavatam, 3 personalities have been called Haridas. Hari means Harati. He steals. That person who takes away all your ignorance, who takes away all anarthas, unwanted desires, misconceptions, who takes away all suffering and sorrow in this endless chain of birth and death. His name is Hari. But he's also a chitta chor. He steals your heart by his beauty, by his astonishing qualities. Even those Atmaram, completely self-satisfied, the rishis, the sages, who are liberated, they don't need anything. Atmaramas chamunayoni granta apyurukrame karavanta hoitu kim bhaktim itam bhuta guno hari. He steals their hearts also. So his name is Hari. And Das means Agraya hoya mukti hobe sarva bandhanash tabe se hoite pare Sri Krishna Das. Who is Das? When Gurudev gives initiation to a disciple, then he gives his name Das. You think, oh, this is not enough. I should put some extra things there. His grace, His holiness, Sripad, Pujapad. But only this word Das is so high. Agrahaya mukti have sarva bandhanash. When all bondage to the physical realm, to the limitations of time and space, the material body and mind, have been completely destroyed, after that, tabi se huite pare Sri Krishna Das, then you can be called Krishna Das. Otherwise, you are Maya Das. So, to be Das, the servant of Krishna, is not an ordinary thing. It is transcendental position. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, 3 persons have been called Haridas. First of all, Yudhishthira Maharaj. You can see, after the Rajasuya Yajna, in 10th canto, chapter 75, there everyone was astonished how Yudhishthira Maharaj performed this wonderful Yajna. And they were all glorifying him. Even the demigods were glorifying him. All the rishis and sages in the universe were glorifying him. So Shukadeva Goswami said, Haridas asya rajase rajasuya mahodayam. So Yudhishthira Maharaj, who has performed this sacrifice, he is Haridas. Maharaj Yudhishthira, he did not perform this sacrifice so that he could become the emperor of the world. You know, when you do Rajasuya, that means all the kings of the whole world accept subordination to you. That wasn't his intention. His intention was to serve Krishna. He was thinking, oh, Krishna is very far away in Dwarka. I never get a chance to see him and serve him. And in Dwarka there is such unlimited transcendental opulence is there. Then in comparison my Indraprastha is quite poverty-stricken. So if I can induce all the kings of the entire world to give tribute for this Rajasuya Yajna, then I can offer something in the service of Krishna, and it will make a pretext, an excuse for Krishna to come here, and I can serve him. This was his intention. Also, it is said that Yashaham anugrahami haise tadanam shanai. Krishna said, when I give my mercy to someone, then I take everything away. So then people become afraid to be Vaishnavas, to be devotees of Krishna. They think, look, all these devotees of Durga, Kali and Ganesh are very wealthy. But all the devotees, they are so poor. Poverty stricken, and I don't want to serve Krishna. So it's not true that Krishna always, it's under certain circumstances, if the wealth, if the opulence will cause that person due to immaturity to become proud, to become puffed up, and then involved in sense gratification, Krishna will take away. But if a devotee is not averse to opulence and is detached, then Krishna may also give opulence. So Yudhishthira Maharaj want to make this point to the whole world. Look, we Pandavas are so successful. I am the emperor of the whole world, and we are devotees of Krishna, so don't be afraid. Everyone serve Krishna. So having different intentions, Yudhishthira Maharaj wanted to perform this Rajasuya Yajna, and then he received the title. He was glorified by Shukadeva Goswami with the title Haridas. The second person in Srimad Bhagavatam who is called Haridas is, do you know? Uddhav. Prishninam pravaro mantri krishnasya daita sakha. Sisho brihaspati sakshad uddhavo buddhisaptama. Uddhav ji is the best among the Vrishni dynasty, Krishna's own dynasty in Mathura and Dwarka. Krishnasya daita. He is very dear to Krishna. Dat Atma, he's daita, he's given his Atma to Krishna. Sakha, he's a very confidential friend of Krishna. When Krishna secretly, without anyone knowing, had to go and keep his promise to meet with Kubja at her chamber, then Krishna went alone, but with one person. Uddhav waited outside. So Uddhav is very confidential friend of Krishna. Shisho Brihaspati Sakshad Uddhavo Bodhisattva. He's a direct disciple of Brihaspati. Sakshad Uddhav. And he's Sakshad Uddhav means, the word Uddhav means a festival of joy. So he's directly walking, talking, smiling, singing, dancing, festival of joy. How great is Uddhav? In fact, when Krishna was about to leave this world, then Krishna told Uddhav, Uddhavon vapimanyu yadgunan adita prabhu. Ato madvayanam lokam grahani yatishtatu. Hey Uddhav, I am leaving, but you have to stay here. Why? Because Uddhavon vapimanyu. Uddhav is not even slightly less, not even atomically less than myself. Yes, you heard it correctly. That was not an auditory hallucination. Krishna himself has said, Uddhavon vapimanyu no. Not even anu. Atomically nyuna, less than myself. What does that mean? When Krishna is in Mathura and all the residents of Vrindavan were dying in the forest fire of separation from him, Krishna at that time, for certain geopolitical reasons, he couldn't go back to Braja. Because after killing Kamsa Maharaj, then all the allies of Kamsa, Jarasandha, Kali Yavan, Shishupal, Dantavakra, they wanted to attack and kill Krishna and his family members also, in revenge. So Krishna had to play the role, I'm the son of Vasudeva and Devaki, and hide the fact that really he's the son of Nanda and Yashoda. Otherwise, to spite Krishna, they may have attacked Vrindavan. So Krishna could not go himself, but he sent Uddhav to go to Vrindavan. But Uddhavan vapimanyu no, Uddhav is not less than him. And gopis, they realized it. So Shukadeva Goswami said, Saridvana giri droni vikshan kushumitan druman Krishnam samsarayan rame haridaso brajokasam. Haridaso brajokasam. Uddhav is Haridas. And during the few months that he stayed in Vrindavan, he wondered, Sarid Banam Giridroni, along the shores of the Jamuna, in the various lakes, in the forests, in the mountains and valleys, and upon seeing the beautiful trees and flowers of Vrindavan, he would speak about Krishna and remind all the Brijbasis of Sri Krishna. And in this way, Haridas, Uddhav, he experienced excessive joy. In fact, he forgot to go back to Mathura. When Krishna asked him to go to Mathura, he didn't want to go. Uddhava was thinking, I want Krishna, I want to stay here with you. So then Sri Krishna spoke to Uddhava about the glories of Gopi's love. Taman manaska matprana madatam chaktudaika. And hearing about the greatness of Gopi's love, some greed, some lobe came into the heart of Uddhava. So don't think that Uddhava went to Vrindavan pulled by horses on a chariot. Because horses cannot take you to transcendental Vrindavan. Krishna bhakti rasa bhavitam ati kriyatam yadi kutopi labhyate tatra lolyam api moolam ekalam. Only greed, transcendental greed, can carry you to Vrindavan. So outwardly it looked as if the horses were carrying him there. But the greed that was awakened in his heart by hearing about Gopi's Prem from the lips of Krishna, that's what carried Uddhava to Vrindavan. And there, Uddhavji spoke about Krishna and reminded the Brijbasis of his pastimes in such a way that as they were listening to Uddhava, Braj Gopis directly saw Krishna was there amongst them. Krishna told Uddhava, "Hey Uddhava, Gat Shuddhava Brajam Somya Pitruna Pratimavaha." Go to Braj, Gopinam Madhyogardim Matsandesha Vimochaya, and give these messages to the Gopis to relieve them of their separation. So one of the messages was this: "Oh my dear Braja Gopis, when my sakhas, my cowherd boys, were surrounded by fire in the forest, I told them, close your eyes. And they closed their eyes. And then, when I told them to open their eyes, the forest fire was gone. And they were back sitting beneath Bandirvat, where they had been earlier, as if no fire had ever even happened. There was no smoke, no ash, nothing. All the boys were amazed. So in the same way, my dear Gopis, close your eyes, and then I will drink the whole forest fire of your separation. And you will realize I am present always with you. Vrindavanam prachacha padamekam nakachati. Krishna never takes a foot outside of Vrindavan, ever. Only his prakat manifest, and sometimes aprakat, not visible to the general persons. So then, hearing this message from the lips of Uddhava, Braj Gopis closed their eyes. And then suddenly, in one moment, they experienced that Krishna was with them. And Rasa Leela was going on. They danced with Krishna. They got onto swings. From the branches of Kadamba trees, they were swinging and singing, playing together. Sometimes doing holy, throwing colors. And then after being covered in colors, they were going to the bank of Jamuna and playing in the waters of Jamuna, washing off all the colors. Then going into the kunjas together, drinking honey wine, becoming intoxicated, playing dice games, and all types of beautiful pastimes for millions and millions of years. And then Braj Gopis opened their eyes, and it was just 1 second later. This was why Krishna said, Uddhavan Vapimanyuno. Uddhav is not even slightly less than myself. Because the presence of Uddhav, hearing Harikatha from Uddhav, Gopis fully experienced Krishna's presence. So then Gopis sat Uddhav down and they offered arti to him as a guru. So this is actually the meaning of Guru Tattva. When Krishna sends Shri Guru to us, then as Uddhav is not less than Krishna, Sakshat Haritvaina Samasta Shastra. Guru is not less than Krishna. And if disciples, being surrendered, serving with body, mind and words, niskapat niswartha guru seva, without selfishness and without duplicity, then they can realize that Krishna is directly with them. And they can serve him. This is Guru Tattva. So, here Sukadeva Goswami is saying, Haridaso Brajokasam. Uddhav is Haridas. But in Srimad Bhagavatam, there's a third Haridas. And who is that?
Govardhan.
Jaya Giri Raja Jaya Govardhana, Giri Raja Jaya Govardhana, Giri Raja Jaya Govardhana, Giri Raja Jaya Govardhana. Giriraj Govardhan. He's called Haridasavarya. You can see chapter 21. There, Shukadeva Goswami is speaking the words of some Gopi of Vrindavan. Hantaya Madrir Abala Haridasavarya Yadrama Krishna Charnas Parasha Pramoda Manam Tanoti Sahago Ganayastayoyat Pani Yasuya Vasakandara Kandamule. One Gopi saying, hey Abal. Abal means girl. Bal means strong, Abal means not strong. So boys are called Bal and girls are called Abal. So, excuse, I don't want to offend any feminists. But there's reason why in the Olympics the heavyweight boxing competition is divided into men and women. There's a reason. Right? So, but this Gopi is saying girls are weak. Why? Because we can't serve Krishna. Here we are, stuck in our homes, trapped by our mother-in-laws and other wild animals. They won't let us go and serve Krishna, who's gone to play at Giriraj Govardhan. So we are weak, we cannot serve Krishna like Giriraj Govardhan is serving Krishna. So he is, this mountain Govardhan is Haridasavarya, the best of all the servants of Krishna. Yad Rama Krishna Charasas Parasha Pramoda. When Krishna and Balaram walk with their soft lotus feet on Govardhan, then that's not grass growing there. That's his romanch. That's Govardhan's hair standing on end, being touched by the feet of Krishna and Balaram, and all the sakas and all the cows even. He doesn't feel that it's a burden. You know, this is the meaning of das. When Gurudev puts a big burden on your head, a big service, and it has to be ready by such and such a time, next week, then if you think, oh, it's so difficult, how can I do it? Then you are not das. Das means carrying a heavy burden. That burden which would be a pain to someone else becomes a source of joy to the das. So though countless boys and countless cows with their hard hooves are trampling all over Govardhan, but he feels ecstasy. Manam tanoti sagoganayastu. Not only that, but he's offering worship to Krishna and all of the coward boys. Paniya suyavasa kandara kandamulai. In the form of his fruits and roots and caves, giving playing places for Krishna. So, Giriraj Govardhan, someone is saying Haridasavarya. But Sukadeva Goswami doesn't say who's speaking this. Fortunately, our Raghunath Das Goswami reveals who it was. Girinapa Haridasa Srinivaryeti Nama Mritamidam Sri Radhika Vaktra Chandrat Brajanavatilakatvai Kliripta Vedais Putamme Nijanikata Nivasam Dehi Govardhanatam. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami has said, this name Haridasavarya, the best servant of Krishna, is a nectar emanating from the moon of the lotus mouth of Radhika. So Radhika herself has given this title to Giriraj Govardhan because she is realizing how Govardhan, just like a pujari, worships the deity with 16 articles. We discussed that the other day. So dasha upachara krita pujama atabandhu prem naiva bhakta hridayam drutarit vidyutam sat. If a person, a devotee, is offering 16 items to Krishna, but in a very desperate mood, my Lord, please accept this offering, otherwise I will die. Then because the devotee is very eager to make the offering to Krishna, Krishna becomes hungry to accept his offering. And so when Krishna tastes that, Krishna feels happiness, and automatically, yasmin tushte jagat tushtam, when Krishna is satisfied, the devotee feels pleasure. This is the difference between sukh and ananda. Sukh means happiness, which only has a vishay, object, that is me. I am doing something for my happiness. When you eat the ice cream, you are not thinking of, well, how does ice cream feel about this? You only think of yourself, well, how you will feel. But ananda is a joy which has a vishay, an object, and an ashray. You are trying to give happiness to the vishay, that is Krishna. And then the ashray automatically feels happiness. That is called ananda. So, pure bhakti is of that nature. No consideration of one's own happiness. So the pujari is worshipping the deity with 16 articles. And the Braj Gopis realize, they see in their bhav, because they're so eager to serve Krishna, they see everyone else is serving Krishna. So Dashu Upachara, 16 articles are offered in worship to Krishna by Giriraj Govardhan. So we want to discuss them one by one. When the pujari is serving the deity, what is the first offering? First, avana. First, before you give something, you have to invite Krishna to come. So, avayami, stapayami, Prabhu kripaya swagatam kuru. And you welcome the Lord. So when Sri Krishna, Balaram and the cowherd boys and all their friends and cows, they come from Nandagaon through the forest and they arrive at Govardhan, then all the peacocks and parrots and birds in the trees, they start singing. This is Giriraj Govardhan welcoming Krishna. Swagatam. Swagatam Krishna. Swagatam Krishna. So the sound of all the birds mixes together, and in this way, in a sweet voice, Govardhan himself is welcoming Krishna there. And then, when you welcome the deity to come, when you are doing the archan, then you have to do dhyan. You have to meditate. Don't just say Swagatam and start waving the incense. No? It should be conscious. So then you have to meditate upon the beauty of Krishna. So then when Krishna arrives, then all the hairs of Govardhan in the form of grass, they're standing on end. Because Giriraj Govardhan is meditating on Sri Krishna. Who is this Giriraj Govardhan? Very deep tattva. You know that the Dham is manifest by Balaram Prabhu. So in one sense we can say this Govardhan is manifest from Balaram Prabhu. Because he is the Adistatri Devata, the predominating deity of Sandhini Shakti, existence, potency, soul existence, including the playing place of Krishna, the Dham, come from Balaram. But then again, in Bhagavatam, Krishna said, Shailosmi, I am this mountain. So some persons, they're worshipping Govardhan, they put a peacock feather and a flute and Ganjamala, and they worship Govardhan as Krishna. But then Radharani is saying Govardhan is Haridasa Varya, the best among the servants of Krishna. So he is Krishna's servant. So what is it? Now what will you do? So Sword Damodar Goswami said, Jaha Bhagavata Pada Vaishnava Erastani Ekantar Swai Karo Chaitanya Charane. If you want to understand Srimad Bhagavatam, then come and sit at the feet of a Vaishnava and listen. Learn direct. You cannot teach yourself from books, tapes and videos. If you're cold and you put on a DVD of a fire, what will happen? Nothing. You will not feel the heat. But when we're in the presence of a pure Vaishnava and the heat of separation is in their heart, then when we hear the verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, that heat will touch us, then we understand what this verse is about. So Jaha Bhagavata Pada Vaishnava Stani, one Sword Damodar Goswami was saying, you hear Srimad Bhagavatam directly from the lips of a pure devotee. Chaitanya Bhakta Gana Nitya Karo Sangha Tabito Janibe Siddhanta Samudra Taranga. And if you daily associate with pure Vaishnavas who are the devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then by their mercy you will be able to know and you'll be able to enter into the waves in the ocean of Siddhanta. What is that? Strange thing. Because we always thought that the Siddhanta, the conclusion, is a conclusion and it's fixed. Right? Fixed conclusion. And once you know it, now you know it. Right? So Damodar is saying, no. This Siddhanta is like an ocean, it has waves, it's moving. Why? Because when our consciousness comes under the control of Swarup Shakti, Krishna's internal potency, it has three vrittis, Sandhini, Samvit and Hadini. So they are changing their proportions and they give different types of anubhav, different types of realization. You see? So when Sandhini is prominent, then you'll say that the holy Dham is manifest from Balaram. And then when a wave, in the waves of bhakti, when the Samvit Shakti becomes prominent, then you'll say Govardhan is Krishna himself. And if Ladini Shakti will become prominent, then you'll say Govardhan is a devotee of Krishna. So different anubhavs, different realizations will come depending on the proportions of the vrittis of Swarup Shakti. Huh? Understand? And if you have extreme Ladini vritti, then you'll think that Govardhan is not even a das, she's dasi. That Govardhan has a female form, like a Saki of Radharani, and he's serving Radha and Krishna in that mood. So, Haridas Avarya. So we're discussing now, after Krishna arrives at Govardhan, Govardhan worships him with Swagatam in the form of all the birds, and then Govardhan meditates on the beauty and qualities of Krishna. So in Srimad Bhagavatam there are 3 verses which are the most famous for Rup Dhyan, meditation on the beauty of Krishna's form. One is spoken by Lord Brahma. First verse of Brahma Stuti, no midyate brahmaseta didambaraya. Then the second one is spoken by Shukadeva Goswami, describing how the Yagyapatnis, the wives of the Vedic Brahmanas, saw Krishna when they abandoned their husbands and carrying the foodstuffs on their heads. They went through the forest to Ashok Batika, near Batra, close to the Brahmarada, Kurugat, not far from there. When they came there, they saw Krishna. Shamam hiranya paridimbanam malyabaha. But the best verse of whole Srimad Bhagavatam for the Rup Dhyan, meditation on Krishna's beauty, is that one right there. So it's on the board there. We want to discuss. So you can repeat. Bahapidam natavaravapuhu karnayo karnikaram. Bibradvasa kanaka kapisham vaijayantim chamalam. Randan veno adhara sudaya purayan gopa brindai. Vrindaranyam Supadaramanam Pravesad Gita Kirtihi.
Vrindaranyam Swapadaramanam Pravesya Gita Kirtihi.
Very important verse. So when the devotees, they go through the stages of bhakti, nishta, ruchi, asakti, then there are two methods of bhajan. The first one is called mantramaya upasana, and the second one swarasika upasana. So the first one, preliminary bhajan, mantramaya upasana, the devotees chanting the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Then may pause for a moment and recite a verse of Srimad Bhagavatam or any other rasa grantha. And then begin to contemplate the various meanings of each word and syllable of those verses that they have heard from the lips of Braj Rasik Vaishnavas. Without Braj Rasik Bhakta Sangha, Rupanuga, hearing deeply Srimad Bhagavatam from the lips of a pure Vaishnava immersed in the mood of Braja, and especially following in the footsteps of Rupa Goswami, Rupa Manjari, then it's impossible to come to the state of realization of rasa. Anaradya Radha Padamboja Renum Manasricha Brindata Vidat Padankam Asambhasya Bhava Gambira Chittan Kuta Shama Sindura Sashavagaha. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami said, where is the ocean of rasa? You will not even know which way to turn to find it, in which direction it lies, unless three conditions are fulfilled. Anaradya Radha Padamboja Renu. First, one must worship the foot dust of Vrishabhanu Nandini Shrimati Radhika. Anasrita Brindatavi Tadpatankam. Secondly, one must take shelter of Vrindavan Dham. Don't think, if I just think I'm in Vrindavan, then that's the same. It's true. If you think I'm in Vrindavan, it's like being in Vrindavan. But still, one of the symptoms of bhav is pratistadva satistale, to have affection for the actual place Vrindavan. So Chaktva Turna Mashesha Mandalapati Srenim Sadatu Shavat, all of our Goswamis abandoned everything and they went to take shelter of the Kalpa Vriksha, the desired trees, and the Chintamani dusts of Brajadham. The Dham has power, Achincha Shakti, inconceivable power. Goswamis used to sleep a different night under a different tree. Why? Some persons say, so they don't become attached to that place or this place. How they'll become attached to a tree? Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, they were the personal secretary and prime minister of Nawab Hussain Shah, the emperor of Bengal, living in the palace. They had boats full of gold. They were so rich. They're not going to become attached to it. They're sleeping under a different tree each night because Krishna has performed different pastimes under each tree, and they're going to each place and doing bhajan and realizing the pastime here, realizing the pastime there. Because the Dham has the power. Dham has Kripa also. So I humbly request all devotees, please make your tickets and visas at once. And be ready during Kartik to come to Braj Mandal Parikrama. So Raghunath Das Goswami is saying, first condition, worship the foot dust of Radhika. Second condition, take shelter of Vrindavan Dham. Chistan Braje Tadanuragi Jananugami. And third condition, you must have Sambhasya Tadbhava Gabira Chitan, conversation. Discuss the beautiful pastimes of Krishna with those Vaishnavas whose chitta is deeply immersed in the service of Radharani. And if those three conditions can be met in your life, then one may discover that very inaccessible, a rare and precious ocean of rasa. And if those three conditions are not met, then anyone, kuta, shama, kuta means where is it? No one knows even which direction to take the first step. So, this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam is a Rupa Dhyan, meditation on the beauty of Krishna. In the morning time, see, Krishna is going into the forest, and as he's leaving the village, he's playing his flute. And the gopis of Vrindavan, they hear the sound of his flute, and they become maddened. They become choked, their voices are choked. Nayanam galadasu dharaya vadanam gad gadarudaya gira. And they cannot even speak. So gopis themselves did not speak this verse. They began to speak, and then so Shukadeva Goswami took over and began to express what they were feeling in this verse. Because when Krishna plays his flute, it's like a thunder. And when there's a thunderstorm coming, then the waves in the ocean become huge. So in the same way, when Radhika, being in Javat, her mother-in-law's house, in the distance heard the sound of Krishna's flute like thunder, then waves in the ocean of love in her heart, huge waves came and washed her away, along with all of her Sakhis, Lalita, Vishaka, Chitra, Tampakalata, Induleka, Rangadevi, Sudevi, Pungavidya, Rupa Manjari, Rati Manjari. All became washed away in that ocean, waves in the ocean of Radhika's Prem, hearing the sound of Sri Krishna's flute. She is unable to speak. And there and then, even though Krishna is far away, she sees Krishna appear, spurti, directly before her. And what Radhika is seeing, Shukadeva Goswami is describing that. Bahapidam natavaravapuhu. This is the meaning of this verse. How is Krishna? Bahapidam means he is wearing peacock feathers. His beautiful black curling hair has been lifted up and then made into a bun and wrapped with pearls and jewels, and then some peacock feathers arranged in a fan like a half moon, stuck in to that his top knot, like this. So because the colors of the peacock feather, there are 7 colors of the rainbow, those 7 colors are present in the peacock feather also when it catches the light. And because it's arranged like a half moon in his hair, so it actually looks like a rainbow. So when the sun is shining and the rain is coming at the same time, and then in the fresh rain clouds of Krishna's complexion, there is a rainbow. And Vaijayantim Chamalam, he's wearing a garland. Vaijayanti Mala may be of 5 types or 7 types. So sometimes when there's a rainbow on this side of the sky, there's a reflection on that side. So there's one rainbow here and one rainbow reflected here. Bahapidam. Why is Krishna wearing these peacock feathers? Because on the peacock feather the name Radha is there. If you take a peacock feather, we have one somewhere. You look at the peacock feather and you just tilt it a little like this. So then there's the shape is there in the feather like that. So in Sanskrit that is A. And then the eye of the peacock has a shape like that. So that in Sanskrit is Da. So because it says Radha, so Krishna, it's very dear to Krishna. Bahapidam natavaravapuhu. Radharani is seeing the beauty of Krishna, Natabara. So Nata means a dancer, Bara means the best of dancers. So this is a comparison. There's a similarity. Krishna is like the best of dancers. But this cannot be the true meaning. Why? Because when you compare one thing to another, then the thing with which you're comparing it is superior to the original object of comparison. You see? If you say, oh, your eyes are like a lotus, actually the lotus is more like a lotus than your eye. So the lotus is superior to the eye. So if you say Krishna is like a Natabara, then that means a Natabara is superior to Krishna. So there are different types of Natabara. One is Lord Shiva. Have you seen the statue of Lord Shiva dancing? Nataraj. Nataraj Natabara. The king of dances. So we cannot say, oh, Krishna is like Lord Shiva. That would make Lord Shiva, Nataraj Shiva, superior. But in Srimad Bhagavatam, the Mathuramanis, the princesses of Mathura, when they saw Krishna entering into the arena of Kamsa, but they completely were captivated and overwhelmed in love for Krishna. They said, Punya bata brajabhuvo yadayan rilinga Gudha Purana Purusho Bana Chitramalya Gapalayan Sahabala Kwanayang Stavenum Vikridayanchari Garitra Ramachitangrihi. Look at this Krishna. He's so incomparable. We're seeing the original Purush, the oldest person, but he's young and fresh. But we're not seeing him in his greatest beauty. His true beauty is when he's in Vrindavan, when he goes with Balaram and takes the cows to graze in the forest. And he plays upon his flute. That Krishna, Giritra Ramachitangri, his lotus feet are worshipped by Giritra and Rama, Lakshmi Devi and Lord Shiva. So if Krishna of Vrindavan, his lotus feet are worshipped by Lord Shiva, then how can we say Natabara? Krishna is like Lord Shiva but not quite as good. No, this cannot be the meaning. Another type of Natabara means if there's a drama in Vedic culture, before the drama starts, a very beautiful young man and young girl dressed in flowers and ornaments, very attractive, come on the stage and begin to speak to capture the attention of everyone and focus it before the drama begins. So that person is called a Natabara. But can we say that Krishna is like that, but the Natabara is more beautiful than him? No, unacceptable meaning. So the meaning is this. Meri Nandaji ko lala alabela. Krishna is alabela. The way he dresses himself, very playful. It's an expression of his youth and exuberance, his jubilation. And he's dressed himself in such a beautiful way that when Radhika looks at any part of Krishna, every part of Krishna, every single part is Natavara. That's why it says here, not Natavara, but Natavara Vapuhu. His body, his whole body is like a Natavara. That means his eyebrows are dancing. His eyebrows are Natavara. His eyes are dancing here and there. His nose pearl is dancing. His earrings are dancing. The curls of his hair falling on his face are dancing. His peacock feather is dancing. His fingers are dancing on the flute. His necklaces and garland are dancing. His waist bells are jingling. His ankle bells are dancing. His feet are dancing. His pitambar is dancing. Every part of the body of Krishna is Natabara and enchanting. So he is called Natavara Vapuhu. And also he is called Natavara. Why? Because in Sanskrit the word Nata means a person in the state of separation. And Vara means a person in the state of meeting. So Natavara Vapuhu means when Radhika sees the beautiful form of Sri Krishna, then she simultaneously experiences separation from him. Separation is like hunger. So if you have hunger, but it's not satisfied, then it's just misery. And if you have food, but you have no hunger, then that's also miserable. It's unhealthy and it causes discomfort. So when there's hunger, and then there's also meeting with the food, then there's great joy. There's great satisfaction. So Krishna is so beautiful that seeing Krishna, the hunger of the gopis of Vrindavan is increasing and increasing. So he is Natabara. But at the same time they're relishing his beauty. So he's Nata and Bara. But when you eat food, then you become satiated. But though the gopis get satisfaction from the beauty of Krishna, but they're never satiated. So he is Natavara Vapuhu. Upon seeing him, there's an ever-increasing hunger to serve and love him. And at the same time, there's a great satisfaction, a great pleasure, but no satiation. So, Bahapidam Natavara Vapuhu. Karnayo Karnikaram. Karnayoho means, Karna is ear. And Karnayo is a genitive dual case. It means of 2 ears. Karnikaram, singular. Krishna's wearing a Karnikara flower. Have you seen Karnikara flower? Huh? Who has been to my ashram in Radhakund? Huh? So in the middle of the garden there's a big Karnikara tree. So Karnikara flowers are yellow and they're long and then they open like this. So they're absolutely perfect for ear ornaments. So here Shukadeva Goswami is saying that Krishna, he has one Karnikara flower but he's wearing it on 2 ears. Well, how did he do that? Did he slice it in half? No. It means that the Karnikara flower is very special. When the sun rises in the morning, all the Karnikara flowers face the sun. And as it moves through the sky from east to west, throughout the day the flowers all turn, and in the evening they're all facing west. So the Karnikara flower is the symbol of attachment, the symbol of love. The Karnikara flower loves the sun. And that love is indicated by the direction in which it's pointing. So when Krishna is leaving the village and gopis are on the roofs of their houses, on their balconies, at their gateposts, then when Krishna is walking past a particular gopi, he'll get the Karnikara flower, if it's on this ear and that gopi's over there, and he'll move it to that ear. This is called body language. By this, Krishna is sending a message. I am very much in love and very much attached to you. And then as he's playing with his friends, he'll turn around and face the other way and then move it to that side just to make sure she gets the message. Just to underline it. So in this way, the bhavs, not only the form of Krishna, but that is expressing his ecstatic love. Karnayo Karnikaram Bibrad Basa Kanaka Kapisam. Bibrad means he's dressed. He's dressed in a specific way, especially to attract all the gopis of Vrindavan. It's very deliberate. No, it's not by chance. Basa means, it can mean a garment or it can mean clothing. So it can mean plural. But Kanaka Kapisham is in the singular. So he's not wearing only one garment, he's wearing many garments, but it's in the singular to show that each and every garment, each and every ornament that Krishna is worshipping, is wearing, is adbhut, astonishing, and full of sweetness. Vaijayantim Chamalam, and he's wearing Vaijayantimala. Sometimes said Krishna is wearing a Banamala. So Banamala comes all the way down to the feet. And it has forest flowers. And also it has leaves. Like this. It has leaves also in between the flowers. But Vaijayantimala may have 5 or 7 colors of flowers. And it comes just down to the waist or may go down to the knees. But not down to the feet. So when Braj Gopis see that garland on the chest of Krishna, they become jealous. Because they have a very strong desire to become like a garland on the chest of Krishna. Vaijayantim Chamalam Randran Venu Adhara Sudaya. Then Krishna, his Randra means holes. So the flute has so many. Randran Venu means the holes of Krishna's flute. Adhara Sudaya means the Sudha, the nectar of Adhara, his lips. Apurayan. He's filling the holes of the flute with the nectar of his lips. What does that mean? Krishna was thinking, oh my dear Benu, my dear flute, even though you are born in a very high class family, that's called Sadbanks. Banks means a dynasty. And Sad means high class, pure dynasty. And you are Sadbanks. Sad also means straight. And Banks means bamboo. So you are Sadbanks. You are from a very good dynasty. And you're also a very straight piece of bamboo. So those who are born in a high dynasty, they can just enjoy. But what did you do? You did hard austerities. Very hard austerities. You know, sometimes the tantrics, they do hard austerities. They surround themselves by fire, or they lie down on the sharp nails. You did very hard austerities. Burning iron nails were poked into you to make the randra, to make the holes. Bamboo has not naturally holes. To make a flute, then the hot iron has to burn the holes in the flute, in the bamboo, to make the flute. So Krishna's thinking, you did so much austerities, and when you do austerities, then you cannot have oil massage. So your body becomes dry. So bamboo is green, but the bamboo flute is not green, it's become dry, like yellowish. So by your hard austerities, you became so dry. And also, if someone will do tapasya, bhakti is full of rasa, very nice. But if you neglect hearing and chanting in the association of pure devotees and simply try to be detached from the world, this tapasya, your heart will become dry. So the flute has some soft fibers inside. Bamboo has soft fibers inside. But flute, completely dry and empty, nothing inside at all. So Krishna thought, you are dry and empty inside, so let me fill you with the nectar of my lips. And Sri Krishna began to play. I'll fill you with the sweetness. So Venu means, the letter Va means Brahma Sukh, the happiness of impersonal liberation, Nirvana, Moksha, Mukti. That is called Va. And E, the letter E, indicates the Bhog Sukh, the happiness of sense gratification. And the syllable Nu means nothing at all. So Venu means the sound of which makes the happiness of sense gratification, no, even the happiness of nirvana, liberation, like nothing at all. All become completely insignificant. That is Venu. Randran Venur Adhara Sudaya. Adhara Sudaya. Gopis are thinking, oh, Krishna is filling the holes of the flute with the nectar of his lips. By this they're revealing something. See, gopis, they're in love with Krishna, but because they're married to others, they have to hide it all the time. So when they speak to each other, they hide their love for Krishna. But somehow or other, in the flow of their speech, it peeps out. One of the Sanchari bhavs, so transitory assisting emotions, the rasa samagri, the ingredients of rasa, is called avahitta. And that is due to intense love, but because of it must be secret. So then the devotee hides their love for Krishna. But what happens? In the flow of ecstasy, speaking something, but then it starts to ooze out. That is called in Sanskrit shikayati. Shikayati. Shikayati means in Sanskrit drizzle. You know, when it's not raining, but there's a fine drizzle. The water just is appearing in the air like that, and everything becomes soaked. So when the Braja Gopis speak to each other, they're trying to hide their feeling, but the drizzle of rasa comes. And everyone becomes soaked. Pibata Bhagavatam Rasmalaham Muraho Rasika Bhuvi Bhavakaha. All the Vaishnavas become saturated in that rasa. So, if gopis say that the touch of Krishna's lips, which is transformed into the Nadamrita, the nectar of the flute song, is Amrita, how do they know that there's Amrita in Krishna's lips? That means that they must have tasted his lips. And so when they hear the sound of his flutes, they know this sound is coming from his lips. Radhan Reno Adhara Sudhaya. In this way, they try to put a veil over their love for Krishna, but somehow they peeped out. Randran Veno Adhara Sudhaya Purayan Gopa Vrindai. Or it may be that any gopi, they did not meet with Krishna. But when they hear the sound of his flute, then they have a spurti that Krishna is right in front of them. And what is the sound of Krishna's flute? That is a cling. So cling, in the calm beach, the last component of the calm beach is the Chandra Bindu. So that is the shape like this and a dot. So the Chandra is Alingan, embrace. And the dot is a Chumban. So Chandra Bindu means Alingan Chumban, the embrace and kiss of Krishna. So though they may not have met with him yet, only by hearing the sound of his flute, they experience the spurti of Krishna. So they can say, Oh, Adhara Sudaya Purayan Gopa Brindai. Gopa Brindai Brindaranyam Swapadaramanam Pravisad Gita Kirtihi. Pravisad means Krishna is entering into the forest. Gopa Brindai, he is surrounded by his friends. Subal, Sridam, Dam, Vasudam, Arjun, Labanga, Stoka, Krishna, Madhu, Mangal, and the Gita Kirtihi. They are singing the glories of Krishna. One boy is, how beautiful your eyebrows are dancing, Krishna. Another boy is singing, how beautiful you move. When Krishna is really Natabara, why? Because even when he's not dancing, only he's walking is so charming, it's more beautiful than anyone else is dancing. So that is stated in Brahma Samhita. Katha ganam natyam gamanam niyabangsi sakhi. In the spiritual world, ordinary speaking is like singing. And ordinary walking is like dancing. So the meaning is, if the ordinary speaking is like singing, then what is the singing like? What can we say? Kim uta. And if the ordinary walking is like dancing, then what is the dancing like in the spiritual world? Kim uta. What to speak? So Krishna's ordinary walking is Natavar. Superior to any dancer even. So the cowherd boys, just seeing him spontaneously, Girta Kirtihi, they're glorifying. How you sing, how your eyebrows move, how your movement of your earrings is so charming. The movement of your garland is so charming. Brindaranyam swapadaramanam. Brinda Aranya means he's entering into the Aranya, the forest of the Bandevata, the fairy of the forest Brinda. This special forest is the presiding deity of that forest, one fairy of that forest, Bandevata. Her name is Brinda. So that is called Brindaranyam. And that Brindavan is Swapadaramanam. So here, Sanskrit is very beautiful. Swa means his own. And Padaramanam, these two words are joined together in samas. Samas means a compound word in Sanskrit. And there are different types of samas. Bahu Brihi samas, Tatpurush samas, Dvandva samas. So, we can take this samas, this compound word, Padaramanam, as a Tatpurush samas. So Tatpurush samas means these two words are related to each other, but it may be in one of the any one of the different grammatical cases. So you have Pratama Vibhakti, Dvitiya Vibhakti, Tritiya Vibhakti, Chaturthi Vibhakti. First case, there is nominative, accusative, instrumental, dative, ablative, genitive, locative, vocative. So in this way there are 8 cases. So the two words are there, but there's no case ending. So you can relate them in any of the cases. And so then many different meanings come in Sanskrit. Just like if you say Gopinath, you can say, oh, this is a Shasti Tatpurush Samas. It's a genitive Tatpurush Samas. Then it means Gopinath, the Lord of the Gopis. So Gopis is in genitive. Gopinam Nataha. The Lord of the Gopis is Gopinath. Or you can take it that whose Lord is a Gopi. That is, that Krishna who worships Radharani, so his name is Gopinath. Or Natka means Natati, he begs. That person who's begging from the Gopis. Oh, please accept me. I will not disappear from you again in this Rasa Lila. So in this way, Two words joined together in a compound, but many meanings can come. So, in this, Brindaranyam Swapadaramanam, all the meanings can come of the Tatpurush verse. So we take the first one. Swapadaramanam is a Dutya Vibhakti accusative case. Swapadam Ramanam. So that means that Pad can mean abode, and Pad can mean lotus feet. So if we take it in the second case, it means Swapadaramanam, Brindaranyan, your abode Brindavan is Ramanam. That means enchanting, beautiful and desirable, attractive. So, Brindaranyam Swapadaramanam. O Krishna, you are entering into your forest which is so enchanting, desirable and charming. Or if you take Dutya Tritiya, then you take in the third case, that is instrumental. So in the instrumental, Swapadabhyam Ramanam. So the instrumental case means by. So, O Krishna, you are entering into your forest of Vrindavan, which has been made beautiful by your lotus feet. Why? Because Krishna is walking here and there. And even though there are thousands of boys and thousands of cows, they love Krishna's lotus feet so much that they never step on his footprints. They all go around. Or sometimes Krishna steps on a stone and the stone melts in ecstasy from the touch of his feet, and then when he walks away, then it becomes solid. Again. And so his footprints are captured there, and there's an imprint of the ankush, the elephant goat, the chakra, the flag, the lotus flower, the water pot. All 19 symbols on the lotus feet of Krishna there. So, Brindaranyam Swapadabhyam Brahmanam. The Vrindavan is made beautiful by the touch of your lotus feet. Brajagopi, this is very great udipana, stimulation of the love of Brajagopis. Why? Because Brajagopis decorate their chest with the kumkum. And when they meet with Krishna and hold these lotus feet on their hearts, then due to perspiration from the sattvic bhavs, their ecstasy, then the kumkum mixes with perspiration and becomes like red paint. And when Krishna keeps his feet there, then when he takes his feet away, then the chakra, the ankush, the flag and everything all imprinted on the bodies of Brajagopis. But now they become jealous. Brindaranyam Swapar, this forest of Vrindavan is taking the imprint of the beauty of Krishna's lotus feet. So Padabhyam Ramanam. Tritiya, the Vibhakti, Tatpurush Samas, third case. Then, fourth case. Fourth case is the dative case, unto. So, Swapadabhyam Ramanam, the fourth case, unto, also means, it carries the meaning for the sake of. So, Brindaranyam Swapadabhyam Ramanam, this Vrindavan is so beautiful for the sake of Krishna's lotus feet. That means that the forest of Vrindavan, being a beautiful goddess and being very, very attached to the lotus feet of Krishna and not wanting Krishna's soft lotus feet to experience any discomfort, wherever Krishna treads, then Vrindavan sticks out her tongue, soft tongue, and catches the lotus feet of Krishna everywhere he steps. So Brindaramyam Swapadaramanam Pravisad Gita Kirtihi, that is the Chaturthi Tatpurush Samas, fourth. Then fifth, Panchami Tatpurush Samas, that is Swapadabhyam Ramanam. This indicates causation. This forest of Vrindavan has become beautiful because of your lotus feet. Because you are doing pastimes there. You see, in Mathura or in Dwarka, Krishna wears golden slippers with jewels. And so his footprints, you don't find the footprints of Krishna there in Mathura and Dwarka. In fact, sometimes he may ride on a golden chariot, or he may fly here and there on Garuda. And even demigods, when they come from the heavenly planets to this earth, their feet never touch the ground. That will be too low for them. So it's their status symbol that they float without touching the floor. But Krishna, in his madhurya, sweet human-like pastimes, his soft lotus feet are running here and there, performing so many pastimes. So, Brindaranyam Swapadabhyam Rabanam, this forest of Vrindavan has become beautiful because of the pastimes of your lotus feet here. So then, Shasti Tatpurusamas, sixth case, genitive. Swapadanam Ramanam. Now, that means this Vrindavan is Swapadanam. Here, pad means abode. Of all your abodes. Krishna, you go to so many places. You go to Mathura, you go to Dwarka, sometimes you go to Hastinapur, sometimes you go to Indraprastha, sometimes you go to Mithila, sometimes you go to Kundina. When he goes to kidnap Rukmini, when he goes to Rajasura of the Yudhishthira Maharaj, sometimes he goes to Varuna Lok when his father was captured by Varuna. So Krishna's lotus feet are going everywhere. Everywhere he keeps his feet becomes his pada. So Swapadanam Ramanam Brindaranyam. Of all the abodes where you keep your lotus feet, this Vrindavan is Ramanam, the most beautiful and charming. Or then Saptami. Saptami Tatpurush Samas. Okay, we have a few scholars of Sanskrit here. For them I'm telling, you can sleep through this part and you can wake up when I finish this part. Now try to learn, it will be very helpful for your sadhan bhajan, for meditation. Don't sleep. So here, so then the locative case, Swapadeshu Ramanam. Swapadeshu. So the locative case is used for comparison. So then that means Saptami Tatpurushvamas, in comparison with all the other places where you perform your pastimes, Brindaramyam Swapadaramanam Pravisad Gita Kirti, this Vrindavan is supermost. There's no comparison at all with the sweetness of Braja. So Brinda is also a name of Radharani. Because Brindatu in Sanskrit, Brind means to choose. So see, Krishna abandoned all the gopis of Vrindavan and went alone only with Radharani in the Rasa Leela. So that gopi who was chosen above all the others by Krishna, Radharani's name is Brinda. And Avana means Rakshati, Poshati, to protect and nourish. So that place which is protected and nourished by the love of Radharani is called Brindavan. Brinda also means to choose. So, Brin, to choose, Da Pratyay with the suffix Bra means a chosen one. So, Brinda means those persons who are chosen by Radharani. So, if you are very lucky that you can become a Brajabasi and live in Vrindavan, then all the residents of Braj, they have Abhiman. By the causeless mercy of Radharani, somehow or other, I don't know why, it must be the blessing of Gurudev that I have been chosen by Radharani to live in her dham and be nourished and protected by her. Manere Abilas, Manere Abilas, Hoye no Guru Das, Manere Abilas, Hoye no Brajbas, Manere Abilas. When will the day come when I'll really be such a bona fide servant of my Gurudev? And when by his blessings will I become a Brajabasi, living in Vrindavan? So we are extending invitation. If you want to come and live in Vrindavan, the ashram forever, you can come. No stopping. There's no. If you don't want, then no problem. You can stay. If you want to come, come. There's plenty of rooms there for you. Just send me an email first so I can make your bed before you arrive. So In summary, Vrindavan means the forest of Radharani, who is chosen by Radharani and who is protected by Radharani, Vrindavan. So Vrindaranyam Sopararamanam Pravisad Gita Kirtihi. So this is a summary. There are many explanations. We just gave some idea of how Radhika in separation sees the beauty of Sri Krishna, and it was expressed by Shukadev Goswami in this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. It's Rupa Dhyan. So we're giving the example how Govardhan is worshipping Krishna with 16 articles. First Swagatam, then he's doing Rupa Dhyan, and then Govardhan is giving Idam Asanam. Then you have to give an asan. How does he give an asan? Rasanidhi navayuno sakshinim dana kele juti parimala vidam shama vedim prakasya Rasikavarakulanam modam asvalayanme nijanakata nivasam dehi govardhanatvam. Raghunath Das Goswami said, oh, Radha and Krishna, they're like a rasanidhi, an ocean of rasa. And when they meet together at Govardhan, then Giraj Govardhan, you serve them in a wonderful way. You manifest a Ratna Vedi. That means a raised platform covered with Chintamani jewels, which is a suitable place for Radha Krishna to sit down or to lie down and enjoy their beautiful pastimes. Ratna Vedi. Kalindira kulikeli kadambera ban Ratna Vedira upa basabodujan. Srila Narottam Das Thakur said, when will I bring Radha Krishna to the Ratna Vedi? And then they will sit there and I'll decorate them with sandalwood pastes and fan them with the chamar. So Giraj Govardhan is offering the Ratna Vedi for the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Idam asanam etat padyam. And then he's washing the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. But when you wash the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna, it should not just be with whatever, tap water. Very fragrant water. There should be some fragrance of the pollen of lotus flowers. There should be some kush. Some tips of kush. There should be some aguru. So at Govardhan, kush is growing, lotus flowers are growing, aguru is growing also. And all of this, as the waterfalls are coming down Govardhan, it's mixing with it and making a beautiful padya. Oh, also there should be some tulsi manjaris. So some tulsi manjaris are washed by the waterfall and they're coming and Krishna is dipping his toes in the stream and etat padyam. So in this way Govardhan is offering padya to Sri Krishna. So then Madhuparka. There should also be Madhuparka. So Madhuparka means there should be some honey in the Madhuparka. So also the honey is dripping from the honeycombs in the trees of Govardhan and going in the water and making offering Madhuparka and Argya. Achaman, Krishna himself comes to the pools and himself he sips the water of Govardhan from the waterfalls. Idam snaniyam, and bathing. At Govardhan there is Dan Nivatan Kund, Govinda Kund, Shama Kund and Radha Kund. And Giraj Govardhan is providing so many ghats with beautiful jeweled steps going down to the water. So Krishna and the Braj Gopis can very easily enter into the water. And then they have their, it's called a Vyabhyukshi. Vyabhyukshi Lila. You know, Vyabhyukshi means splashing. They know the art. There's a way to splash water with your hands that it produces different notes. So they make music splashing the water. And also all gopis surround Krishna. He tries to splash water in the eyes of Radharani and all her sakis come and on all sides and Krishna is defeated. So Idam Snaniyam, in this way Giraj Govardhan provides the Shama Kund, Radha Kund, Govinda Kund and other places. Then Vastra. Vastra, sometimes Krishna, the cowherd boys dress Krishna in clothing made from the bark, soft bark of the trees, of the plantain trees. And sometimes Krishna goes to the forest and he may need different types of attire, but he doesn't bring it with him. But because the trees are kalpavriksha, they can supply anything. If Krishna needs a change of cloth or a new outfit or new color or anything, that's just, there it is, right there. They just take it. But they never investigate. They don't ask the trees just give. And if they find, they never question, well, where did that come from? Because that's the nature of Madhurya Lila, the sweet pastimes. It's characterized by, if some opulence, if some miracle will happen, then all the Brijbasis, they have anusandan abhav, the absence of investigation. Because the whole Lila is just so sweet, who cares? It's just, they're relishing the ras. If a few miracles happen here and there, that's not particularly interesting. It's the love. The love is interesting. So then, Aisha Gandha, fragrance, some fragrant substances. So Chandan trees, the sandalwood trees are growing there. And even if you come to Giraj Govardhan, I can take you to the places where they have a Kajal Shila and the Garu Shila. So if you come to a rock of Govardhan and you put a little water there and rub it, then it comes out with like a red paint. And the cowherd boys decorate Krishna and make tilak with this. Sometimes you rub it, it comes black like kajal also. And sandalwood paste. So with the fragrant substances, Govardhan is offering these substances to make tilak and paintings on the body of Krishna. Dhatu pravala natovesha manu pratangse. It's described in Srimad Bhagavatam. Giraj Govardhan, Esha Pushpanjali. When Krishna plays upon his flute, not only is every part of the body of Krishna like a Nattabara, but it's contagious. And all his friends, all their clothing and ornament starts dancing. And when they enter into the forest, all the trees start dancing, and the flowers and the creepers hanging there, they all start dancing. Everything is dancing by the influence of Nattabara. And when the trees start dancing, then the flower blossoms begin to rain down upon Krishna as he's walking through the forest. Esha Pushpanjali. And they're offering the flowers to Krishna, and also making a soft path for his lotus feet to walk on. Esha Dupa. Govardhan is also offering incense. How does Govardhan offer incense? When he's with his herds of cows, then the bulls, very big strong bulls, they like to fight with each other. And when they run at each other and fight with each other, then their hard hoofs strike on the stones of Govardhan and sparks jump. So then there are some bushes of aguru. Aguru is very fragrant. And when the sparks from the hooves of the fighting bulls land on the aguru bushes, then they begin to smoke. And the fragrant smoke comes. Esha Dupa, and Govardhan is offering Dupa to Krishna. Esha Deepa. And also offering the Arti. How? The trees make very beautiful shade. But the rays of the sun are shining through little gaps in the leaves, between the leaves of the trees. And that light illuminates the jewels on the rocks of Govardhan. And then the breeze blows and the trees move like this. And so then all the colored lights coming from the jewels of Govardhan, they're going like this and offering arti to Krishna. So, in this way, Sodash Upachara, 16 types of articles. Radharani realizes, Hantaya Madri Abala Haridases. I am so unfortunate, being kept here in Jatila Haveli, my mother-in-law's home, and Krishna's there at Govardhan, and Govardhan's having a festival doing puja of Krishna with all the 16 ingredients. But there's more than 16 ingredients. Why? Just like if you go to the temple of Lord Jagannath in the evening, then the Devadasis, they do Nritya Seva, dancing service for Krishna. So when Krishna plays his flute, then the peacocks all come out from the forest and spread their tails and they do Nritya Seva. That's Govardhan doing Nritya Seva to Krishna. And then all the birds, they begin to sing. Because also when you go to the temple, After the puja, then you can do the vandana, stav stuti, offering prayers. So some of the birds are saying, "Ew, ew." That means, "Come, come." And they're calling all the other birds, "Come here. You're missing the beauty of Krishna. It's unparalleled, unprecedented. Come at once. You've never seen anything like this in your life." Some of the birds are saying, "Keba, Keba." Wow, astonishing. How wonderful. Who is like Krishna? Is there any even avatar of Bhagavan who is so beautiful of Krishna? Keba, Keba, Keba. Another bird is singing, "Koba, Koba, Koba." That means, to whom should we take shelter? To whom should we take shelter? Who is so sweet? Who is so merciful? And when the birds say, "Koba, Koba," whom? Then the pigeons, they give the answer. "Gatagum, gatagum, gatagum." The pigeons are saying, "Madhav hey, Govinda hey." So one bird says, "Who's the most beautiful?" And the pigeons say, "Madhav is so beautiful. Govinda is so beautiful. Keshav is so beautiful." Like this. So in this way, all the birds, they do stav and stuti bandhana, offering prayers to Sri Krishna. So in this way, Sri Radharani herself has described, "Oh Giriraj Govardhan, you are Haridasa." So Rupa Goswami, he said, "Vaikuntaj janito baramada puri tatrati ratsotsavad brindaranyam udarapani ramanat tatrapi govardhanaha radha kundam hihapi gokulapate premamrita plavanat koryadasya virajato giritate sevam vivekinakaha." Rupa Goswami is giving the Upadeshamrita, the nectar of all instruction. Don't be confused. Don't be confused. Many devotees, they worship Rukmini, Dwakadish, or whatever, or Parthasarathi, or whatever it is. Krishna in different forms. No, Rupa Goswami said, don't be confused. Mathura is superior to Vaikuntha, the spiritual world. But Vrindavan is superior to the Mathura. And Giriraj Govardhan is superior to Vrindavan. And there, at the Talahati, that means in the lap of Giriraj Govardhan is Radhakund. And that is the highest place. So Rupa Goswami said, what discriminating person would not fix their heart fully on the desire to serve the lotus feet of Radha Krishna there, in that place. So in your Swarup has 11 bhavs, and one of them is Vas, your Seva Stali, the place where you will serve. So by hearing the sweet Harikatha, this discrimination from Guru Pada Padma, we receive this bhav which is part of our Swarup. This is my bhavs. Radha Kunda Tata Kunja Kutira Govardhan Pamata Jamunatira. Haridasavarya Sri Giriraj Govardhan ki jai, Bale Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai, Jai Jai Sri Radhe